Hello guys and gals, my name is Skits and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I will be talking about the rumors and speculation about Cars 4, which hasn't been announced yet. But before I do, make sure you subscribe to my channel, like the video, check out my animation channel, link will be down in the description, and comment down any questions about any Pixar movie you have, which does not have to be Cars related, and I will do my best to answer the question. So without further ado, let's get right into the video.
Open the door, jump in, turn the key.
So Cars 4, will it be happening or is it currently in the works? Well, that is not an easy question to answer, but I can offer a bit of information on the topic, so let me explain in further detail. When Cars 3 was finally released, there wasn't really more to the story of Lightning McQueen, because throughout Cars 1 and 3, his character arc was finished, which means that Lightning McQueen's story as a character is done, and there is nothing left to tell. And although Lightning's story is finished, with the ending of Cars 3 we get to see that Cruz is now the rookie, which means that there could possibly be a new story to tell, focusing mainly on Cruz Ramirez other than Lightning or any of the other Radiator Springs crew. But you may be asking yourself if Pixar has ever done this, which is basically having a spin-off of something that is already popular, such as the Cars franchise, and the answer is yes, absolutely. You see, whenever a spin-off comes to mind, there are two things that I can think of, being Cars Toon and Cars 2. Now before you say, well Skits, don't be silly, Cars 2 is not a spin-off. Which, yes, I do agree with you, but at the same time I have to disagree, because Cars 2 isn't really a movie about Lightning McQueen. It's instead a movie on Mater, being the main reason as to why Lightning seems more as a secondary character than the main in the original and third movie of the films. And the reason as to why Pixar did this is mostly because Cars isn't a movie about Lightning McQueen. You see, Cars is also known as the world of Cars, which is why Cars 2 wasn't about Lightning McQueen. If Cars was called Lightning or McQueen, then Cars 2 wouldn't really make any sense, since it mostly focuses on Mater, but since it's called Cars, then Pixar can literally make Cars 4 with an entirely new set of cars in a different story, basically ignoring all of Cars 1 and 3's story, and they could get away with it, because the name Cars, again, doesn't revolve around Lightning McQueen or the characters from Radiator Springs. But by now you're probably wondering, what does this have to do with Cars 4? And to make things short, this basically means that there could be a very well possibility of having a Cars 4, but only this time it will focus on Cruz Ramirez and possibly her rival Jackson Storm, and it may even have a different title other than Cars. But the question is, how likely is this to happen? And I have to say, I'm not sure. You see, although Cars is a popular franchise when it comes to merchandise, box office sales, being the tickets sold in a theater, are quite low, adding up to a total amount of $588,436,493. It didn't really make much. Heck, Cars 3 and 2 underperformed in the box office, with Cars 2 making $199,452,396, and with Cars 3 making $152,901,115, according to Box Office Mojo. However, did you notice that Cars 3 actually made less than Cars 2 in the box office? Which is crazy, because we can all basically admit that Cars 3 was better than Cars 2, and was most likely a loss on Pixar's side since it made less money and cost more to make. But does this mean that there will be no more Cars type movies? At first you might think yes, but then you have to take the toys into account, and trust me, Cars makes a lot of money on toys. Wanna know how much? Well, according to the Hollywood producer, they state that Cars 1 through 2 made a total of $8 billion on merchandise alone, making it one of the company's biggest franchises, which does not include Cars 3. Which again introduced hundreds of cars that were made into toys that are bought by collectors and kids alike. And as someone who wants to start a die-cast collection, I'm looking to sink dozens of dollars onto simple Cars toys. And for those who have been to the toys section at Walmart, you know what I'm talking about. So by now, I've pretty much explained to you where Cars as a franchise can go and how much money it makes on toys, which kinda sounds like a loss on Pixar if they ever decide to stop. But is it really? Well, no. Why might you ask? Well, you're forgetting that Cars does have its own land in Disney's California Adventure theme park, which is by far the most popular land in Disneyland, and not to mention that it does have the most popular ride, being Radiator Springs Racers. And with a popular land, you know it's bound to have expensive toys, which I will personally admit I'm planning to buy when I visit Disneyland soon. meaning that if they leave the movies where they are now, they can't lose much money. And if you think that cars will eventually just die, heck, nowadays most kids who grow up will most likely fall in love with cars, as many of us have come to learn, even if there are no new movies. For example, as a kid I was mad in love with cars, and I didn't even know that there was a second movie, which did not interest me, but nonetheless didn't stop me from buying the movie Toy Cars and Big Toys, meaning that as generations come to grow, they will most likely keep purchasing the toys while Pixar does nothing. But there is also Disney Plus, which will launch with new shows such as a new Monsters Inc. spin-off that is in the works. So could this mean that a new Cars show is likely to happen? No. Nothing has sadly been announced when it comes to the Cars franchise, and heck, I don't even think any of the Cars movies will be available on day one of Disney Plus's launch that I could find on the internet, which I can completely be wrong on, but I did not find any info on. And to destroy your last bit of hope, there has been news that Pixar is now abandoning any sequels to movies, meaning that we will not have any sequels to movies like WALL-E, Ratatouille, A Bug's Life, Coco, and you guessed it, Cars. And now that all hope seems lost, I think it's safe to say that Cars 4 will not be getting a fourth movie anytime soon, and that's a fact because Pixar's movie lineup has sadly been only original movies for the following 3 years. But does that mean that we can't have a new Cars movie? Because we could in time be getting a spin-off for an entirely new franchise based on the world of Cars, such as Planes, but actually made by Pixar this time. But again, I don't know. So I think it's fairly confirmed that as of 2019, we won't be getting any Cars related movies, unless they decide to make a spin-off or make a Disney Plus animated show like Cars Toons. But don't lose your hope, only time will tell. So now I would like to get into the rumors of a new Cars movie in the works because the community is in a bit of a chaotic stance right now. For the alleged rumors, I was only able to find one piece of info that could have started some hype for a small portion of the community, which comes from IMDb. You see, here they claim that Cars 4 is going to be known as Cars 4, The Final Ride. They honestly state a bit of info that is interesting, such as Louis Anderson, who plays Smokey's long-lost brother, who appears in Cars Race-O-Rama. It seems like a pretty official movie title and has characters that aren't necessarily new, but already established in some way, which makes it seem more credible. But alas, this isn't real or confirmed. I think at this point the community is just trying to find anything that they can and just get excited for a new Cars movie, but it's sadly not gonna happen. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But if you guys have any questions on any Pixar movie, I'll be more than happy to answer it, and make sure to join my Cars Discord server where we can talk about Cars or any other movie you'd like. As always, enjoy your day and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.